Guys, this subject we're going to be talking about here in this video is absolutely hilarious. It is so funny, guys. Now, many people actually know the name of Patrisse Cullors. Of course, you guys know that Patrisse Cullors is a self-admitted Marxist, and she is also a part of the alphabet community. She grifted so much money during the whole BLM movement in 2020. And then we found out that she was doing nothing more than scamming people. But in this video, guys, we need to focus on the original Patrisse Cullors. Now, I don't know if many of you guys actually know who this person is. Her name is Angela Davis. And she was essentially Patrisse Cullors before Patrisse Cullors. Now, she is a woke communist. She is a member, at least she was a member of this Communist Party. Now she is actually a member of another Communist Party. She is a far leftist. She was calling for the defunding of the police before it was actually cool. She wants to abolish the prison system. And by the way, guys, she is a part of the alphabet community. Well, she got some very, very bad news. I don't know when this actually was recorded, but Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates. I've actually seen those episodes before. Usually a bunch of famous people actually finding out their genealogy, where they came from, how far back they can actually go. Now, I've done Ancestry.com, and believe it or not, guys, I can actually trace my ancestry all the way back, if I'm not mistaken, to like 1500s in France. Yeah, a lot of black people, man, they're not going to tell you this. We got a bunch of white ancestors. We do. And on my family tree, I can actually trace more of my white ancestors than the black ones, and probably slavery actually had a bunch to do with that. But I digress. Look here on the post-millennial Black Panther. Angela Davis asked to pay reparations after Mayflower ancestry revealed. Yeah. So one of her ancestors actually came to what is now the Americas on the Mayflower. So she is descended from colonizers, right? So essentially that makes her a colonizer, right? Now, it's kind of funny, guys, because, you know, the wokes out there, they want present day white people to actually pay reparations because of things that happened way back in the past that had nothing to do with them. Well, shouldn't she actually be paying reparations? I think that she should, you know, based on the woke left. However, man, we got a clip here, and it's pretty funny because she denies that this person who came on the Mayflower is descended. She's descended from him. She is in complete denial because this kind of goes against the woke narrative. But let's read some of this. Angela Davis, a far left activist, communist, and former Black Panther, discovered on a recent episode of PBS Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates Jr. that she is one of the select Americans who are descended from the Mayflower Pilgrims, and that her ancestors were slave owners. You cannot make this up, man. You cannot make this up. Revelations causing some to demand she pay reparations. On Tuesday, Gates tweeted a clip from the episode which had him presenting her with the genealogical research proving her heritage. And let's go ahead. Let's not even waste any time. Let's go and roll this clip here. She is in complete shock. Let's roll it.
Any idea what you're looking at? That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No, my ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Yeah, they did.
Your ancestors came on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
You know what? She's probably saying no, because she knows that this goes against the woke narrative of paying reparations.
Oof. That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation
Never.
for this country?
Never.
Well, you are descended from them. Boy, when you start digging into your background, you're going to find out a whole bunch of stuff. When I actually did my ancestry DNA, And I was shocked that I can actually go all the way back to France. Actually, I am an Arcadian. And I don't know if you guys know who the Arcadians were. They were actually people from France that were exiled from Nova Scotia, and then they moved down to Louisiana. And of course, that's how you have the word Cajun. It comes from Arcadia. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my 7th great grandmother, somewhere around there, she came over here in the 1700s. Her last name is Aucoin, which is a French name. And all of my family is pretty much from Louisiana. So it does make sense. My mother and her brothers and sisters, they were the first ones to actually be born in Texas. So I am a second generation Texan. But being from Louisiana, that is not surprising. You know, it's not surprising whatsoever. But back to this woke communist right here. She is stunned. And she is getting roasted on social media. Look at Matt Walsh right here. And you know Matt Walsh, man, he is great at what he does. He says it gets better. She also descended from a slave owner. On her father's side is a pilgrim. On the mother's side is a slave owner. Looks like Angela Davis owes some reparations. Yeah, this is where the whole reparations thing actually falls apart. A bunch of black people, you're going to find out that your white ancestors, because make no mistake about it, you're not pure blood African. None of us are. I'm roughly 16 to 20% European. You probably are, if not even more. And when you dig deep down into your ancestry, you're going to find out your relatives, yeah, they probably actually own some people. That's pretty funny. What else does Matt Walsh actually say here? Davis, who grew up in Birmingham, also traces back through her mother's side to a Revolutionary War soldier. Actually, I'm related to a Revolutionary War soldier on my mother's side. I found that out a few months ago. But anyway, Stephen Darwin, who played fife and drums for the 4th Virginia Regiment in the 1770s, but then moved to Georgia and became a slave owner, Gates said. Quote, I always imagine my ancestors as the people who were enslaved. It makes me even more committed to struggling for a better world. Davis noted that the irony of her ancestors' role in the Revolutionary War and his role in slavery. Yeah. Black people need to wake up. You need to wake up and realize the fact that all of the events of the past that led you to actually be here today. It wasn't always pretty, but it is what it is. And I'm happy that I'm here, regardless of the circumstances. I'm not a victim, but people like Angela Davis, you know, they want you to be victims. You know, that's why she's a Marxist-Leninist. She is a revolutionary, very, very radical. And it's kind of funny, guys, that when she actually tries to deny that her ancestors came over here from Europe and were white, she actually tries to deny that. But to you wokesters out there, take a look at what a tribal African looks like and what black people look like over here. We don't look like them. It's because we are definitely a mixture of quite a few things from around the world for the most part. Some Native Americans, definitely a significant portion of European. The average black person has about 25% European. Trust me, you're not going to look like a tribal African. That's not the case. So you want reparations? I guess you better start paying out, because chances are you're descended from a white person that lived here during slavery, whether they actually owned slaves or not. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.